It's the 30th of June, and this is your News Bite, brought to you by eNCA.com. I'm Marcel Gordon, and in your news today, March and March lead anti-illegal migrant protests, the economy sheds more jobs, and the World Cup Underdogs bite back. Thousands of people turned out for anti-illegal immigration protests in various parts of the country, marking the deadline day given by groupings like March and March for undocumented foreigners to leave South Africa. The biggest gathering was in Durban, where March and March leader Jacinta Ngobese Zuma addressed the crowd.
Thousands of our people have gathered across the length and breadth of our country, united in their diversity: white, black, Indian, colored, Xhosa, Tsonga, Tswana, Swati, Zulu, and all the indigenous people of our country, longing for a safe and prosperous South Africa. Today, our people have come out in numbers to call on their government to listen to its people. They are calling for Africa to unite and fight against modern day slavery. They are calling for a true and real Pan-Africanism. They want Africa that works, a prosperous Africa, a viable economic system that works for all 54 countries in Africa. Over the past 17 months since we launched March and March movement, we have traveled all across the country, raising awareness on the efforts of irregular migration. South Africa is the most unequal society in the world. The youth are unemployed. It remains a significantly high number, at a national average at over 40% youth unemployment.
At the protest in the capital, another March and March leader, Sandile Dube, said South Africa cannot shoulder Africa's socio-economic burden.
You must arise in your own country and get your governments accountable so that those governments can be accountable to their people. Then we'll have an equitable share of people that are moving. There is no Pan-Africanism that will allow, if only Pan-Africanism says, finally, South Africa. South Africa is not a social state for all African countries. All African countries must arise and take the baton and take accountability for their own people.
Protests were largely peaceful, with a few heated moments in some centres. At that protest in Pretoria, Sihle Sibise from the Kwanele Foundation argued that weak law enforcement has allowed immigration systems to be abused.
It's just completely ridiculous, because right now they are creating these little repatriation centers. They must actually take these people and take them out of the country. Whether you're legal or illegal, if you're legal, can you go back and reapply again? Because chances are you came here with a holiday visa and you somehow through the system got lost and now you're legal. So all of you go on. We do not have dual citizenship. If we cannot be safe in South Africa, where must we run to? What are they saying to us? We cannot run to other countries. We go there, and most of them, here's the thing, they will say, I came to South Africa with a passport, I'm legal. Utter nonsense. A passport is a document that allows you to travel into a country. Once your visa or holiday visa is finished, go back home. We do the same. We are well traveled. When our visa is expired, we go back home. Why are you so afraid to go home? Go home!
In Ekurhuleni, the Mabahambe National Civil Organization said no foreign national should be allowed to operate a Spaza shop in Duduza township. Ntapeseng Sima says the community there has concerns about the impact of illegal immigration on local businesses and employment.
We've been successful, but not that much successful, because the reason is because of some of them, they are very stubborn. They said they are going nowhere. And some of them, they are telling us that they won't go since our president, they are waiting our president to tell them that they must go. As long as our president is busy saying our march must be peaceful and stuff, whatever, then they are going nowhere. As long as you are not a South African, we don't want you here in Duduza. Yes, they documented as the police, they leave them, that they must open the shop. But us as community of Duduza, we don't want them even to open those shops. Those shops are reserved for South Africans. All the Spaza shop around Duduza and Duduza as a whole are reserved for the South Africans.
To the Eastern Cape now, where law enforcement kept a close eye on official protests in Kugompo City and the Buffalo City Metro. These areas have been seeing regular protests by the March and March movement outside foreign-owned Spaza shops there. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda has been monitoring developments before being made aware of a gathering in Mdantsane.
So when we arrived here, we only saw one law enforcement vehicle as the people were walking between the streets of Mdantsane. No police, but with regards to the policing, a lot of the emphasis have been on the marches that were planned, that the police knew about in the CBD. And mind you, it's a very vast province, so the police have been deployed in other parts of the province like Gqeberha, Komani, Mthatha, as well as Qonce. But as we are moving around, Gareth, near to the other part of this premises, we are not seeing anyone who was being chased come out, but there are people who are still sick going around the property to see what is taking place. But shortly before we ran to this particular area, there was a young man who was questioned by a group of these people, some of them carrying shambox, mind you. And the part of the questioning was, what is he still doing here? And he tried to defend himself, saying that he knows he has issues with his documentation, but he's done nothing wrong to offend the people. So he was left alone.
Anti-illegal protests in Cape Town were met by a silent protest outside St. George's Cathedral. The vigil was hosted by the cathedral, the Grote Kerk, and Central Methodist Church, with demonstrators holding up placards reading "No to xenophobia" and "No to Afrophobia." Now, while these protests went on, Malawian nationals in Limpopo were still stranded at a temporary repatriation processing center in Musina. Many have spent up to 3 nights sleeping on buses or on the ground as they wait to return home. eNCA reporter Maloko Maloto spoke to a few of those affected, with some locals trying to help where they can.
These people, they don't have toilets, they don't have sanitation, I can say so. So the neighboring people here, they're complaining that during the night, these people, they go and visit themselves nearby their houses. They also do urinating all over here.
They are going to be expecting more buses here in Musina. So we did communicate to the municipality regarding this issue. The response was, we are going to make sure that we tackle the issue, and they are going to bring assistance to the people who are gathering here outside.
We are as a human. We just help as a human. They don't have anything to eat. They have kids, they have families, they have women without food, so we are just giving them food, just to help them. We are human beings. No matter we are from where, we are one.
Now, lack of employment opportunities has been a golden thread running through these protests as desperate South Africans try to find somebody to blame for their inability to find jobs. And Stats SA's latest quarterly employment figures underscores that desperation, showing that the country's formal job market shed 80,000 jobs in just 3 months. The data tracks formal, non-agricultural jobs in registered businesses and the public sector. Losses in community services and trade drove the decline, while transport and electricity are also under pressure. Full-time employment slipped, while part-time jobs saw an even sharper decline, and earnings also weakened. Now for some good news. Fuel prices are set to come down from midnight Tuesday night. Petrol will decrease by R2.01 per litre for 93 octane and R1.96 per litre for 95. Diesel's expected to drop by more than R3 per litre for both grades. Paraffin is seeing the biggest drop of R5.23 a litre, while LP gas is edging slightly higher. The decline is mainly driven by lower global oil prices and a stronger rand. Investigations into the shooting of Feroz is ongoing. The Deputy Crime Intelligence Chief remains in hospital in a critical condition. He was shot in Houghton on Sunday night, just days before he was scheduled to testify at the Matlala Commission of Inquiry. It's been reported that Khan had told his lawyers that he feared for his safety before the shooting. Here's Acting National Police Commissioner Puleng Dimpane.
Up to so far, we do not have any updates. He's still in hospital and we wish him a speedy recovery. As soon as there is update, we will then update the nation through media statements. But I plead that we allow for the investigation to continue in this regard. There are teams that we have put in place, led by Gauteng Organized Crime, and the Provincial Commissioner and I are in constant communication in this regard. So the investigation is at an advanced stage and it is proceeding well.
In other news, we're keeping an eye on alleged criminal kingpin Vusimusi Matlala and his 5 co-accused are expected to stand trial on the 20th of July. Matlala and his co-accused face 25 charges, including the attempted murders of Tebogo Tobajane, DJ Vetis, and businessman Joseph Onyone. The judge has given the National Director of Public Prosecutions until the 10th of July to respond to the accused submissions. And the U.S. Supreme Court is on Tuesday due to rule on whether to let President Donald Trump restrict birthright citizenship, a right that had long been woven into the fabric of American society. A lower court had blocked Trump's executive order directing U.S. agencies not to recognize the citizenship of children born in the U.S. if neither parent is an American citizen or legal permanent resident.
It's so boring! History does repeat itself. What a story in the Estadio Monterrey.
That was the moment Morocco sealed their place in the final 16 of the World Cup for the second successive time, stunning the Netherlands in a dramatic penalty shootout after an extra time stalemate. The North Africans will face Canada next. There were similar scenes in Boston, where Paraguay shocked Germany, also in a penalty shootout, the European giants' first ever defeat in a World Cup penalty shootout. Now, the round of 32 continues on Tuesday night, with Côte d'Ivoire facing Norway with a 7 p.m. kickoff, and early favourites France taking on Sweden at 11 p.m. Now, while South Africans ponder what could have been, coach Hugo is reflecting on the legacy he built with the team. The Belgian helped guide Bafana Bafana to back-to-back AFCON qualifications, a bronze medal at the 2023 tournament, and the country's first ever FIFA World Cup knockout appearance.
I think especially the mentality of the team has changed a lot. When I came here 5 years ago, when I came in South Africa 5 years ago, and I saw the first trainings with the national team, I didn't believe my eyes. So the mentality was not good. I have to stop trainings and tell them, hey guys, this is your job. You have to work. You're not coming here with the national team to have a few days off and then you go back to your club. So I think that is certainly, if there is something changing in the national team, is the mentality. And you need it. You need that mentality, certainly when you want to have success.
On to rugby, and the Springboks get their international rugby season officially underway on Saturday, hosting England at Ellis Park. It's the inaugural Nations Championship tie, and Bok coach Rassie Erasmus backs his side to make a solid start.
Now to win, that's obviously the thing. I'm pretty sure England's got exactly the same mindset. We haven't played really for 7 months. Last November, was it middle of November? And this is the Barbarians was a nice warm up and to get some guys into the structures and get to know some guys, and the SAA game was the same. But this is a test match against England. We get big test matches, and England is certainly one of them. So that will be our goals.
Meanwhile, Riley Norton's eagerly awaited Springbok debut has been put on ice. The 20-year-old junior box captain suffered an injury during training. And that's how we wrap today's News Bite. For developments in these and more, do keep an eye on eNCA.com and DSTV channel 403.